Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace of the Lord be with you. I'm Larry Spellman, and guess what? We got you locked into the zone. You know that? Locked in. Check it out. I have a question I want to ask you. What does getting on a plane, getting on a bus, getting on a wild roller coaster got in common? Well, guess what? Let me tell you. I'll tell you later on, so stay locked into that, all right? Check this out. Mr. Mike, do me a favor. What's the video lineup for today?
Oh, the video lineup this evening is we got all kinds of people like Switchfoot, Rebecca St. James, Steve, and a whole lot more. Also, don't forget Live Zone Report. You want to stick around for that, but Becca's going to serve up our first video of the night right now.
Mike, we're starting off with the street preacher. It's T-Bone with Ride With Me here in the zone.
Trying to step to me, talking about you ain't really about that ministry. Child, please, wisdom G's on their knees, preaching from California to the Florida Keys. Way back, slaying the word while they smoking they herb and dipping in 64s, hitting switches on the curb, then swerve back in place. Bump that bass with the sanctified sounds produced by that player Chase. Like Mace, I'm finna make you feel so good when I bump this gospel music in your hood. Let's go Vina, Pasadena, then take it to my gente and Puente. I can't forget about all my partners in the 415, 510, 916. Make them chips with sticks together like cement and bricks. Now just bounce to this playalistic bony bone hit. What? Get bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs to cruise with. Get bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs to cruise with. Ain't no talking while I'm putting demons in coffins, dipping in the Cadillac, bumping Dunkin' and Dawkins. Got me wrapped up, tied up. If you love Cali, play you throw the west side up. Now watch me ride like them Hells Angels, and them Harleys or them Cowboys with the Blue Rangers, swinging they lasso, screaming Wild Wild West. Cause where I'm from, you need a bulletproof vest. Smoke the what for your stress? Nah, dog, hold up, wait a minute, cause ain't no high if the Holy Ghost ain't rolled up in it. I get drunk in the spirit on a day-to-day basis. Then what? Then preach the word to all of my partners catching cases. Racist clicks too, Pyru flamed up, but blue Crips too. God wanna bless you too. 3, 4, and 5. Now close your eyes and bump this in your ride while you glide and dip, bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs to cruise with. Dip, bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs. I just can't stop making saucy gospel hip hop. Finna do this to the day that I drop like Tupac. Who do you believe in? I put my faith in God, blessed to be breathing, preaching to the heathen, fucking them demons. Oh, what a feeling, got the crowd screaming, dancing on the ceiling. So hate if you wanna, man. Say what you say, but gospel rap without bone is like LA without a Dr. Dre. A sway without tech, catching wreck all these California streets without a ghetto vet. It ain't happening. Bibles, I'm still packing them, and jacking demons with them 44 Magnum. This bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs to cruise with. Get bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs to cruise with. Get bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs to cruise with. Get bounce side to side and come ride with a player from the Killer Cali West Side.
Psycho West Coast riding music
for you and all your dogs to cruise with.
Hey, I'm Mike in the zone. You just saw T-Bone right with me. Now let's go to Becca to check out today's topic.
Thanks, Mike. The topic that Larry was talking about earlier, that he was not going to tell you the answer to, I'm going to tell you now. It's faith. We practice it every day. Now, work with me here. If I jump up in the air, I have faith that gravity is going to pull me right back down. I have faith that if I get on a roller coaster, most roller coasters, that I'll get off safely at the end. Carrie, what are some other things that we put faith into on a daily basis?
Knowing that when you go outside or when you're riding your bike that you won't get hit by a car, or if you were going swimming and you won't drown, or if you just sit in a chair, it won't break.
That's right. If we didn't put faith in those things, we'd be living in fear all the time. Hebrews 11:1 says what the Bible says, obviously, about faith. It's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, which basically is our confident assurance that what we believe is going to happen even if we can't see it. Now, we can have faith in things pretty easily as people, but when it comes to God, that can be a different story. Why do you think that is, Kia?
I think that people like to have like assurance and like to have proof about everything, and a little Bible won't give people that's not enough proof for people. People like to touch and feel and know that God is God, but not being able to see him or touch him gives people like little proof.
Because they can see it, right? I think you have two really good points there. The first is the Bible. It looks like just a book, but it's actually the most historically accurate document that we have. More than any other document, it's been proven. And if you're questioning Christ and his reality, I suggest you take a look at Josh McDowell's More Than a Carpenter. In addition to that, you mentioned seeing God. If we look around us, we see him everywhere. It's hard at first to think about it, but look at the way nature exists, the complexity of it, its beauty, and how everything works with everything else, and the human body, how intricate that is. I think it takes more faith to believe that the world just came into being by accident than it does to believe that a mastermind, God, created it. We're going to talk more about God and what faith in him means coming up. But first, Larry, what's up next?
Hey, Becca, I tell you, that's some interesting stuff there. I mean, it was good, some really good answers. I tell you this also is that it's Jesus said this: blessed are those who believe without seeing. So that makes us extremely blessed to be able to do that. And when we do, it exercises great faith. All right, without further ado, here's our video. Switchfoot. You know what? This is a smash hit right here. You ready? Keep going, baby.
Switchfoot with New Way to Be Human. A little bit older, but you want to stay tuned for the rest of the show because we got some more music. Rebecca St. James and Steve, as well as our Live Zone report. Don't forget that. But we have to take a quick break right now, so we'll be right back in a few minutes. Bye.
Welcome back to The Zone. I'm Becca, and it's time to check out our email of the week. This one is from Rachel, and she's from Pearl City, Hawaii, and she watches The Zone on Channel 11. She writes us and says, I think your website is totally cool, and I love watching your show on TV. Thank you very much, Rachel, and we're going to send a CD your way. If you read your guys' emails on the air, we will send you guys a CD too. So write us at info@surfthezone.com. And we also would love your video requests, and we'll try to play them. Also, info@surfthezone.com. Just like we're going to do for Esther. And she is from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And she wants to see Rebecca St. James, Wait for Me. So we have it right now.
Darling, did you know that I dream about you? Waiting for the look in your eyes when we meet for the first time. And darling, did you know that I pray about you, praying that you will hold on. I keep your lovely eyes only for me, 'cause I am waiting for you.
Hey, that was Rebecca St. James. What you think about that video? I tell you, good things come to those who wait. If you be patient and wait on the Lord, guaranteed he got somebody good for you. Would you agree? Thank you for agreeing with me. All right, check it out. This is your favorite, my favorite time. It's the Life Zone Report.
Yeah. What's up? We are in the barbershop. Yes. Matter of fact, we are in Daryl's barbershop. So the question for today is faith. What is it? And how has God have you seen faith worked in your life? All right, Steve, real quick question. I see you getting a nice little taper there, getting hooked up. What is your definition of faith?
Faith is believing and knowing that, you know what I'm saying, God will show up.
To me, faith is our ability to trust God, because the Bible tells us that without faith, it's impossible to please God.
What does America put their faith in?
That's an interesting question.
Well, lately, America as a nation has been putting their faith in the government instead of the God that's moving the government.
I think a lot of people in America put their faith in themselves and their money.
You know, the more money you have, the more you think you're on top of things and you don't need God.
Money will let you down. Another man will let you down. God said for time and time again that he'll never leave and forsake us.
And so, you know, there's always a question of who you're going to serve and whether you're going to serve yourself, your money, or your God.
And how have you seen faith work in your life?
Oh, wow. I just graduated from UC with my master's. I just recently got married 3 months ago, and I just got a job a month ago.
Just having debt erased, close to $5,000 debt. I've seen him erase that. Even in the barbershop, just seeing that God said that he would open up doors in my life after I trusted him and do what he would ask. He opened the door for me.
Let me ask you a real quick question, James. I know I gotta disturb you from your game. What would you say your definition of faith was?
My definition of faith is knowing that God protected me for doing almost 8 years in the penitentiary, now coming out to the streets, that he had a job prepared for me, had loved ones who still was there for me through the church, having my family on my team. He still loving me as well.
And I'm telling you, being someone who has a testimony that I was out in the street and I trusted drugs, I trusted women, I trusted money, and none of that brought me to where I am now.
Been locked up since I was 18, got out when I was 24. Now I'm a college student at UC. Beautiful family, beautiful son, you know, and on my way, you know what I'm saying, to succeed.
There's no way to get through those trials and tribulations with surety unless you have Jesus.
And you got to trust God that he's going to always make you the better man by you being faithful to him.
Because God says that the wicked prosper for only a season. And we have seasons where we enjoy it, but everybody on some day wakes up and things don't feel so hot.
While I was down, I kept the faith. You know, I really went into the church thing or too much, but I prayed every night, said my blessings and things like that, and I always believed in the man above.
When I tasted and seen that the Lord was good, I never looked back. You know, there was never a financial loss. There was never a loss of friends or a loss of time. God took me from what I was to what I am to be. I'm going to be.
Whether times get hard, whether they good, you know what I'm saying? He gonna make a way for you.
So there it is. As you can see, faith is a very real thing. We are to walk by faith and not by sight. You have faith in something. Either you put your faith in the world or you put your faith in Jesus Christ. But you got to have faith in something. You got to lean towards one way or the other. And just remember, faith comes by hearing and hearing of the word of God. So put your trust in Jesus Christ, put your faith in him, and you'll be able to do all things. Till next time.
Coming up next, we got Steve with their first ever video, My Ever, My All. But first, we have to take a short break. So keep it locked in into the zone.
priceless treasure. You make me feel like I've never felt before. I'm still the tempted girl, and I'm pursuing the secrets in your heart. The wonder you withhold. You crown close your hands compose. You charm my soul, my ever my
All right. That's all we have time for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We want to thank our incredible audience very, very much for coming by this week. And until next week, stay locked in, right? To the zone.